So what's up, everybody? This is part two of my video of requested from Cash App. Um, okay, let's see. So we got to talk about the dishonest behavior that goes on against the anti-passport bro side. I already broke it down in many videos. A lot of people want to put this big cloud on just passport bros, right? But I'm going to try to break it down and show you that there's different types of passport bros that are in the passport bro movement now. So if we go back 2018, 2019, 2020, everybody wanted to be a passport bro. This was before Austin Holloman ever fucking showed up. This was before all the Pookies. This before all of it, right? They exist, but they didn't have that much shine, right? And then eventually, they jumped on something that wasn't really made for them. Passport bros had many different iterations, right? It wasn't just about sex. It wasn't just about pay for play. And it wasn't just about going to other countries, experiencing other countries. It's about a variation of things. But there's certain individuals who came into the passport bro movement because it didn't have no the movement didn't have any bylaws. That was the biggest mistake of passport bro, was an open movement. See, SYSBM had rules and regulations, so everybody can't just walk in. There's a small group of guys who show they're worth having SYSBM tag around them, and they're in the email groups, chat rooms, and everything else. They go by the rules and regulations. So people can't infiltrate SYSBM. There's guys that I don't agree with that is in SYSBM, like Xander's Clutch or Game Changer. Or I think Game Changer is part of that because I see him in some of the, what's it called? I know how Game Changer move. He's Keisha related. He a fucking Keisha in America. You know, his situation that got him in trouble back in 2020. Xander's Clutch, you know, the guy who was cool with C Boogie after C Boogie did all that crazy shit, and was cool with Solo TV84 when, you know, Solo TV84 was basically a crooked dude. But SYSBM kicked out Trey NDB when he was pretending that he was SYSBM, and he tried to cause a whole panic with it. They didn't want nothing to do with him. That's why I had more respect for SYSBM than any passport bros, right? Passport bros is not a monolith. It's not an entire big group. It's a collection of different types of people who got the tag of passport bros. But the detractors will say, these are passport bros, this is a passport bro, that passport bro. So I'm giving you a clear indication and definitions of different passport bros. So, passport player. Someone who thinks that they can use women and not give anything back without any consequences. Pretty much, they go to another country and they don't care what the girl is doing. They want to ruin the girl's life like they do here. Some women protect their bodies, and some women want to have privacy when they do give their bodies to anybody, right? Passport players want to show the whole world that they had sex with beautiful women. Passport players think that they can cheapskate a woman into having sex with them as long as they tell them what they want to hear, and come to the table with some good looks. And when it doesn't work out, it means nobody can get sex. This is the reason why you got a lot of guys trying to burst the bubbles of regular guys who want to go traveling and experience their own way. Like Austin Holloman. Austin Holloman is a passport player. But he's a variation of many different passport definitions. Of different variations of passport. Austin Holloman is a passport player. I think that Austin Holloman seen the women he can get over here, and those relationships didn't last that long. Or those interactions with women didn't last that long because he's socially awkward. And he has other things wrong with him. So he got frustrated with the shit that he had to do over here and became a passport bro. And try to utilize his quote unquote looks. But he can't, he don't have the adaptability to be an international player. He still have an American mindset. And he thinks that he can operate like an American in another country. This is why he don't like none of the music. He don't speak the language. He don't know none of the actors overseas. He don't know none of the TV shows. He don't know none of the biggest artists. He goes to these countries. He don't even try to dance. He just thinks going to the gym it means that you can get women internationally if you've got a great body. That doesn't work out. Because in other cultures, women are attracted to different body types, different hair tones. But guys like him, passport player, they think the whole world know who they are. And will put them on a red carpet for them because they're good with women. They get women in the United States. These are the guys who always think that if they walk into the room full of 100 women, they'll be able to have sex with all 100 women. Because they just that nigga. Or, I'm a tall guy. I can go get women overseas. All this fucking junk and bullshit that they lying. But they wanna misinformation so bad. They want to deter you because they think that you shouldn't be there. And you should stay here and live in a loser position. So they can keep being winners. They think that their reputation in the U.S. is worldwide, and also think all women are the same worldwide. So they think that they got a reputation over here. That means they can bring it over there. But then the women show them that just because you have good dick don't mean that good dick could just because you have so-called good dick and good stroke game and all this other shit that you bring to the table don't mean that you can put food on my table. They think that they can go to countries where women are starving and say, my dick could be good enough for you to survive. Or they go to a first world country and think that these women will throw away their whole entire career like the women over here for them. And every single time, even over here, they find out that the women will throw these niggas under the bus faster than anybody else. Now, you have a collection of passport pookies. Passport pookies is someone who brings drama everywhere they go. Any country they go, they're fighting somebody. Any country they go, they're causing drama. Any country they go, they can't not run into the law. They can't not have drama. They can't not have any locals want to fuck them up or anything else. They don't like paying attention to rules because they came from a ruleless society and or a ruleless part of sub-society. So they act like the whole world is the hood. They can't fit into cultures that work and have rules. They always want to pick on people and fight, and always try to find shortcuts into scamming people and using people the most. They want to always downplay anyone who's not hood like them and always think they right. A lot of these guys live in a perfectional hood mentality, and they hang around hood people. If you bring them around any comparable people who have rules and regulation, they will crumble. This is why they don't like to go to golf clubs or suburban environments, because it's not their element. This is the reason why they stay out of certain European countries, because they know the way they look, the way they dress, the way they present themselves, people will see them for who they are, not because they're black, because they know who they are. Most people are healing to it. Most people are. You got to give. Most of these fucking idiots don't understand that the women have more cultural sponges than these guys. These women have seen the most dangerous guys walk around ever. They know what a hood dude look like, even if he's from the United States, from the tattoos, the way he talk, everything else, and they play into that shit. And then when it's time, they get their own people. That's why a lot of people been dropping. From what I noticed and from my own research, a lot of the people that died in Colombia that got scopamine, a lot of them wasn't good guys. They was passport pookies. Some of them was good guys, and they got caught up. But some of them, a few of them, was passport pookies. Passport beggars. That's where Austin Holloman fit in. Austin Holloman is a passport player. He is a passport pookie, and he also a passport beggar. So, they travel without planning. They need money from subs. They use content to get money out of subs. They don't respect them, and they ask them in every video for money to support them. They talk down to the subs and then turn around and ask for more money. They always have a new plan for more money. They are the ones who always need the most attention, my bad, than most passport bros who work hard to travel. They will always be the ones to bring the wrong attention, because it's not about the movement, it's about them making money off the movement. Don't that sound familiar? That is Austin Holloman. Austin Holloman has changed up in the past 2 years, ever since he came to fame. First, he was the crusade of holding the banner of passport bros. Then he was Mr. Africa. Then he was turning around being a life coach. Then he turned around of being this guy right now. I'm trying to tell you the real truth. Now he's anti-passport, even though a month ago he was pro-passport. Now every passport bro is a pay for play. Now he's speaking against them. This guy is a passport beggar. He's a chameleon who don't know his own colors, because it's all about money and attention for him. It's all about his nut. So he'll burn the whole passport bro movement down. And it's up to people. It's up to everybody else to stop supporting this dude. There's guys that I know in the passport bro movement, well, traveling movement, who lost all support from everybody, because they seen what these guys was about. And I will show you in the next video about that guy. Now, the passport sex pack. People always think that every single passport bro is a sex pack, and they're not. So let me give you the definition of a sex pack, or a monger, or somebody who paid for play. There's many different variations. The ones who want to experience sexuality with the best looking women they always wanted in the United States, and to meet their sexual goals before they find a wife or girlfriend. There's many variations of this. Some guys want to go travel the world, increase their sex count, and have sex with the most beautiful women, and want to do every little thing they want to do sexually, because you can. Let's be real. One girl is not going to give you everything you want in sex. They're not. Most women come with flaws. if you stick with one woman, she gonna come with a flaw, and if you come with one woman, she gonna say no to you because she don't know it, or it's gonna take too long to improve her to what you want, and she gonna want to take more and more out of you. Transactional relationships are better because you get to get in, get it out. Some people don't understand that some guys just want to bang beautiful women before they go back to mediocrity in America and settle down with a woman they don't never wanted. Never wanted it ever in their life. They watched the pay-for-play guys, the sex pack. They watched their uncles, their fathers, even their fathers settle down with horrible women. They watched their co-workers settle down with the ugliest women, fat women, and be sexless. These guys never experienced good-looking women. They read the books. They went to the gym. And they end up with an ugly-looking, fat, overweight, single mom. They don't want to be stuck like that. Or they want to prolong that shit and make sure that they get all that sexual shit out of their system so they don't be gung-ho to fuck and have sex. And they want to... They'll take down the levels of the looks and find a wife or a girlfriend. A lot of guys are in that point range, in that level where, hey, I need to have fun a little bit before I find this wife and girlfriend. So they might take 3 years they might take the 3 years, do what they do, and then the 4th year they got a wife and they settle down and they have kids. They have no regrets, and they had all the sex they want, and they don't have to put the sexual pressure on their wife or their girlfriend. Some people pay for sex overseas or just look for sex because they want to detox from the U.S. market and want to experience to bring better looking women than they had access to in America. A lot of guys, like I said before, they've been in mediocrity. No matter what the fuck they do, no matter how the fuck they say stuff, no matter how many clothes they put, they don't bag bad bitches. A lot of these guys are lying to you. They don't bag bitches. They don't fuck good looking women. They fuck mediocrity women. They fuck fat women with big ass guts. That's your boy. A lot of people, a lot of certain guys, certain group of men have never seen beautiful women. There's Asian guys who say the same sentiment. That's why they go overseas. There's Asian dudes who are traveling overseas as well to go to Africa and shit like that. There's European men who tired of their women. There's a lot of groups of guys who are tired of their women. They're tired of putting their dick into sewage. Who they perceive as sewage. They want to look at a soft skin. They want to look at feet. Some guys want to get into foot play. They want to get into girls with beautiful hands. They want to get with girls that got beautiful skin. They don't want to be stuck in mediocrity, sexual mediocrity. So they go overseas and pay for it. Right? Cheaper ways to pay for sex without hard costs and a big ego escort are thoughts they can pay without being fit and having a big dick and being good at sex and keeping it up over and over again. Nobody never understands that some guys are stuck because they don't have a big dick. That's the real thing. Some guys are stuck because they've been working out for 5-6 years and they tired of the diet. Nobody ever asks a guy the question, why the fuck you don't go to the gym? And they don't ask him, hey, the diet is fucking hard and it's too expensive to keep this fucking body up. And I'm getting pissed off because the fact is, I'm still fucking mediocrity women. I'm not getting the women I want, but I have the body, the so-called game, and these women are coming my way, and all these women are ugly as fuck. And I'm going to the good-looking women, and they have bad vagina. I'm gonna make another video. I think I'm gonna make another video. No. I'm gonna put it in this video. Nobody ever asks why men would rather pay than do it the other way. There's porn stars who say that most women don't have good pussy. The most of the girls they fuck, normal girls they fuck, have below average pussy. I mean, have sex with. Have below average pussy. I mean, vagina. Why is it that all the rappers end up sharing the same women, but they don't go to the regular women? Well, the reason why they share the same women because those women fuck better, have sex better than the normal girls. You think you gonna tell Chris Brown, who probably has sex with thousands of women, that he shouldn't share women with other guys? No, these women are good at head. These women are good with the hand jobs. These women got beautiful feet. They take care of their feet. These women have beautiful, they can do anal. These women know how to do the kinkles. Normal women don't know how to do any of this shit. They just all talk. That's the reason why a lot of guys pay for play. That's the reason why the guys are going tours. That's the reason why the guys go tours paying for women instead of doing it for free. Because every time some of these guys, and I talk to some of these guys too, the guys are always disappointed. They do all this work, talking and personality, and the girl's a dead fish. And she talk all this trash. I'm good in bed. I'm a freak. Some guys are good. Some guys want to find the perfect woman who got the perfect feet. Guess what? Every chick got busted ass feet or don't have the right shape and size or whatever, right? But then the girl who you pay keeps the feet up. You think that some of these girls who get paid for having sex don't actually take care of themselves? No, the ones in America, they do that. The ones overseas and some of the higher level girls, they take care of everything. There's rituals to having anal sex. There are rituals to women who know how to do foot jobs. There's rituals to women keeping their hands soft. They're keeping their skin soft. There's rituals to being able to do different types of contorts and being able to be flexible. It's rituals to this stuff. That's why some of these girls need all this money, because their maintenance is maintaining this sexual stuff. They painting their nails a certain way so the man can feel enjoyment from his favorite color. Some girls do certain things that I'm not going to talk about. The pay for play is way better than the normal shit, because the normal girls think that they shouldn't bring nothing extraordinary to the table, because men are supposed to come with the big dick and come with the overall skills in the bedroom, not the women. Every normal woman think that just because they're a woman, that a guy did get hard and stay hard. But don't understand that it's a woman's job to make the guy beyond that point of getting hard and wanting to stay hard, but he wanted to come back for second rounds. Those women that get paid are better at that than anything. These women are they're the sexual chemists. They know how to mix together all types of different types of sexuality and give it to men for a price. Nobody never comes at it at that angle. Do that. Nobody ever comes to that conclusion and do that. Nope. Nobody want to sit around and talk to a girl for hours and do everything she wants to do just to find out that she has bad vagina or her moans are fucking trash. She got a moan like this. Or she has a moan. You think that chicks don't have different moans? Or chicks that have prickly skin? Or chicks that have blotchy ass skin around certain areas, but you think that all men want to see that? Then you see the prostitutes or the pay for play girls, the escorts, and they're in the top physical shape. They keep their body right. The normal girls, as soon as they get a husband or a boyfriend, they start getting fat and overweight. But you don't see that with a lot of pay for play girls. They keep themselves in physical shape because they use the money to keep themselves in physical shape. They keep their nails done, they keep their feet done. If a guy said, "Hey, I like the girl hair like that," you think that it's not past the point for that? You think a man can't request a woman to look a certain way that makes him hot and heavy? You think that every girl that out here is somehow good and they could just come in pajamas? No. It's certain features that certain men like, that the reason why they will holler at a girl. Not just breasts and boobs, but she might take care of her skin. She might look a certain way. She might have her hair a certain length. Motherfuckers don't know. There's all types of shit to paying instead of doing it the so-called normal way. Some of these niggas are 5-minute guys. The guys who sit back and talk about game. They don't want to tell you that they 5 minutes. They don't want to tell you they 10-minute niggas. Guess what? Every time these game niggas and these guys who get it for free, these women don't want nothing to do with them. These women don't want these women don't want nothing to do with them. A lot of these women are ashamed that they fell for these type of dudes and they didn't get a normal date. So these guys who talk down to play for play guys, they cheapskate females. And then the females are mad and now they want to overcharge everybody for miniature sex. And they've been dealing with guys who just pound them. Did you ever see forums? You ever go into groups and forums and about how all these women are not satisfied and none of these women ever actually climax off nobody? Have you ever been in groups where the women say the sex is so bad they are now celibate? Or how the guys don't cater to their needs in bed, or the guys that do cater to their needs in bed, but they don't have other things, qualities, and the women are so embarrassed to be sleeping with certain guys. These guys putting in more work than the women are. These women are all mid in bed. These women are all mid. If you put 1,000 women in a room, only about 10 or 15 of them are extraordinary. And 9 times out of 10, those 10, 15 women out of 1,000 are selling it. They gotta get good. Because it's their damn job to get good, to be good. These regular women, they so used to being dead fishes and not doing anything great. That's why a lot of these guys want you to compete with them. This is why a lot of these guys get off on fucking other people's girlfriends and wife, because a lot of these guys' dicks are not stimulated. A lot of these dudes need to have all this type of different types of stuff. So that's why a lot of these dudes are bisexual. That's why a lot of these dudes are gay, or letting they kiss a guy and stuff, because they get so bored of banging mid vagina that they need to spice this shit up. They need something in their asshole. They need the asshole played with. They need something. They need to take Viagra. Have you ever seen the sex statistics that more of the people who are having sex nowadays, they need Viagra? So they're not making it count. All they doing is fucking and fighting. But then eventually their libido goes down. Because they're not having sex, they're not having meaningful sex. And I'm not talking just the mentality. I'm talking about the fact is, two people who actually similarly attracted to each other, that the girl has the same skill as the guys, and they going back and forth in the bedroom. That's who you fucking with. The women that all the celebrities share have the best sexual skills, and they know what the fuck they supposed to do. Guess what? Imagine you're a guy who works 15 hours a day. Right? How the fuck are you supposed to go out and date? Because you work 15 hours a day. And on the weekends, you want to recharge. You want to sleep. You think that I'm supposed to use my free time that I'm using to recharge to go give my energy to a woman for some what? Sex? No. On the weekends, I can recharge, go to sleep for the 5, 6, 7 hours, 8 hours. I'll probably sleep the whole day from the 15 hours that I work the whole week. And then when it turns nighttime, pound it out. Go pay somebody 5, 6 sections with the same chick. That's it. Guess what? I work 15 hours. I go to the job on Sunday. I got a detox. I do all my favorite hobbies. I didn't have my time wasn't wasted with anybody, anything that I didn't want to do. Then on Monday, I go back to work. You think celebrities have time to sit here dating and catering to people when they make a whole bunch of money? No. You think the CEOs and the head fund managers, they have all this time in the world to talk to motherfuckers? No, their time means money. Broke motherfuckers don't understand that. The fake ass game niggas don't understand that type of stuff. But most of these guys will take the pay for play route. Because these women know what the fuck they doing and it lasts. A woman that you pay, you can be sexually satisfied for a whole month. And you can only see her once a month. But you know what that day gonna be consist of? You fucking all day. Having sex all day. You pay one price, bang, boom, 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 boom. You banging her 8 times in the whole day. Or rest in between. You bang this chick 8 times in one day. Guess what? You don't have to talk to her for another month and none of that. Get her again, you good. Unlike the regular chicks who don't maintain their beauty. They don't maintain their anything. So, you have guys who don't have a big penis. You think that sex is fun for them? This is why they choose the sex styles. This is why a lot of them don't have sex. Because they have to bring more to the table and do all this other shit. But women don't talk about how that they have to have a good diet for anybody to go down on them. Because some of them don't eat good and they taste terrible. That's people's speculation of that. Well, not speculation of that. Never happened to me. Because I don't go down on regular chicks. Only relationships. A lot of these dudes are fucking disgusting. So they'll tell you all the shit that these dudes are doing. And you can just ask certain guys that you know. A lot of these girls got bad habits. They drugs, they drink alcohol, they do all this other shit. So what, you supposed to eat out random girls? Or are you supposed to keep doing all this extra shit just to please a woman? Even if it is your woman, it's supposed to be back and forth. But most of the time, the guys with the smallest penis don't want to do anything wrong because it'll get thrown back in their faces by the so-called woman that they're doing everything for. And also, the girl might cheat on him if she given a chance because he doesn't have the package. But there's guys out here that will stay with women with all his flaws. She got busted feet, busted face, busted ass, you know, fucking sandbag, underarms, fucking nasty, prickly skin. But guys will stay with them. And the woman is not doing anything extra or different in the bedroom. She not trying it 10 times harder, but the guy with the small penis has to. People don't talk about that either. That some guys just can't meet that standard and they gotta pay. They have to. But they rather pay something overseas because they don't have to work as hard. Some guys are just starting out. And they don't want to look like losers. Not knowing how to have sex because women won't let them hear them down to it. See, when a woman is bad in bed, nobody cares. When a man bad in bed, he gotta hear it every single day. That he's a loser, he can't keep it up, or all the stigma. Why you think there's so many? Ask yourself, why there's not as many products for women to be good in the bedroom, but there's millions, probably thousands of dick pills out there for you to get your dick bigger, or you can last longer and all this other shit. But then there's not a lot of shit for women, because the sexual standards in America is men have to always be good. And if you don't have the stick down there, you gotta put in more extra work. But an overweight woman, she doesn't have to be extra. She don't have to do any work. If she below average and she knows she below average, she don't bring anything nasty to the table. If this was the case, and all the overweight fat women were good in bed, and the ugly women were so good in bed, then all of them will be wifed up right now. And I'm talking about at 100. I'm talking about at least 90%. Guys wouldn't go overseas. They'd be like, okay, she's ugly, but the sex is so extraordinary that I'm staying over here. It's not like that. Sometimes men who've been in long-term relationships and want freedom without having to work harder in the dating world in America. So nobody talks about the fact that some guys did have a girlfriend. Some guys was the player. Some guys was married. Now they divorced. And they just want to have the freedom of sex without the bullshit that goes along with it. They don't want to have to keep having the same conversations. They want to have to keep talking and talking and talking and talking. They just want sex. So that's the sex pack and all, right? Now we get to passport bros. The original meaning for passport bros. Okay. Going overseas to experience different cultures and women, music, and food, and energy, and want to learn for a first-hand experience and open up their minds and options and change their lives forever. It was for men who don't want to be trapped by society's typecast, having to like music, anime, video games, movies, TV shows, and everything else that everybody else like. Want to learn that they want to see that they are not alone, and the feeling that they're the only one. I should have put a better explanation, right? Being a passport bro was all about taking in every single country, music, TV shows, movies, and everything else. A lot of guys in America is trapped. You have to dress a certain way, look a certain way. That's the reason why these dumb motherfuckers tell you to go get a fucking dreadlocks. This is why these motherfuckers telling you to go get fucking tattoos. This is why these niggas are telling you to go to the fucking gym and talk for thousands of hours. Because no matter how you talk about it, we don't have 100% options and freedoms. Because if we did, there would be multiple different ways to get women, and there would be multiple options and different type of categories that men can go to, where the women do look okay to beautiful. There's not. In America, they put you in a box, and they think that you listen to and like certain music and TV shows. People make that assumptions, and then you gotta walk the fuck away. Because you don't want to have to try to prove to this person who already got it wrong that, hey, they were wrong. Now, when you're in a new culture, you have to prove that you ain't there to use the culture, and you dare to blend in with that culture, learn from that culture, and show the effort that you put into that culture. Also, is to find a culture that fits you. I forgot. Being a passport bro is finding a culture that fits you. Because sometimes, some of these cultures, some of these subgroups, they don't fit you. They're finding the right type of music, the dances, and everything else. There's some people that in America, they don't have no friends. They go to Japan, they got a couple friends. Or they found a lifestyle in Japan that they can vibe with. Some guys like the Korean. Some guys like the Latin music. Some guys like Brazil. They like the hot weather. They feel out, hey, I don't like winter. I don't like winter clothes. I like summer. I'm gonna stay in this country. Being a passport bro wasn't just about just women. And it wasn't just about marriage. It was about opening up your fucking mind and actually being in the place. Everybody, all these guys who travel overseas still keep this black bullshit in their fucking mind. They're passport players. They're passport pookies. They're passport beggars. A lot of these dudes go overseas and they still want to gangbang overseas. Man of Tomorrow, shout out to Man of Tomorrow, said this. He had experience with this dudes going overseas and still want to gangbang like they in Chicago. You see these guys who've been to these countries and they say, I've been to this country, and they still sound like a fucking idiot. Somebody who truly traveled the world, they're not judging nobody. Somebody who truly traveled the world, they're not talking about game and swag. They know that there's many different ways some guys can get women because they've been in that culture. They listen to the music. They know what's going on. But a lot of these dudes travel overseas just to say, hey man, I've been overseas. I know what I'm talking about. They're not true. Most passport bros are not truly passport bros. Because their mind ain't open. They just a hood nigga in a different country pretending to be something different they not, and their mentality is still the same, so they always gonna run into the same problems. They've been in Thailand, they've been in Japan, and they don't even speak Japanese. They don't even speak Spanish. They don't even speak the Brazilian Portuguese. They're a bunch of... They're some of the worst guys that I've seen ever. That these guys, most of these guys are a waste of fucking resources. A lot of guys that I know who traveled overseas, who used to be one way, they let all this hood shit go. They never forget they from the hood, but they let all this hood shit go. They learn the language. Have you noticed that the guys who go overseas, who learn the language, and acclimate into a different culture, they're not a part of these groups and conversations. They're not in these chats. They stay the fuck away from it because it's a turn off. And I'm not talking about sexually. I'm talking about it's a turn off mentally. You can't stand these motherfuckers. You can't stand some of the music anymore after you listen to some, after you listen to different musics all over the world, you can't stand some of this music that you listen to over here. It hurts your hair. It literally hurts your ears. And you be like, you start looking at it. It happened to me. The music, I listen to Brazilian funk music. I listen to some Brazilian pop music. I listen to Brazilian, all this other stuff. Now I'm listening to certain Spanish music from Ecuador, Colombia, Mexico, all these different places that I'm listening to music from. And they have a certain type of remedy and they have a certain type of vibe about it. And then when you listen to this music here, you feel like you're like, ugh, it gets you like, oh no, I can't listen to this shit no more. I can't listen to it. You can listen to the old music that you like. You can vibe. You can hear a good beat. You can hear some good sounds, and you understand what it's saying. But it's like, yo, I can't do this no more. This music is ass. That's why I got noise canceling headphones. Noise canceling earbuds. I can't stand the new music. It's the same shit, same dribble. Now, I'm not gonna say the music overseas is almost as bad, because some of it is, if you understand some of this stuff. But it has a certain vibe to it because you're not a part of that culture like that. Now, if you did part of that culture, you start to hate it a little bit. Right? Passport Bros was all about changing who you are, finding who you are, and knowing that you ain't alone in the thinking that, hey, I don't belong here. I can't fit in here. There's so many people that don't like their family. It's a lot of people who don't fit in because they don't like the music, they don't like the TV shows, they don't like none of the stuff. They don't want to. They don't want to have useless conversations. They want every conversation they have to matter. That's the reason why a lot of these guys go overseas. They rather pay to have a million conversations where they're learning somebody's culture, they're learning how to talk to, they're learning somebody's different culture, because it might take you a decade, 20 years to learn a different culture, and it's every day you talking to a person from another culture. It's a refreshing learning moment. Why would you want to stay in a place where you already know everything? And you already know what the fucking person gonna say. You already know what kind of insults they gonna say. There's whole different groups of insults overseas. Whole many different insults overseas. There's whole paradox. There's histories. There's all types of stuff that you can learn overseas. You just gotta pick which country you got. You gotta pick which country you want to go. Some countries got beautiful sunsets. Some countries got a family structure, and that some guys want that. But it was never just about marriage and going overseas for women. It was always about you having options to not be stuck in a position, in a place, and not let none of this shit get to you. So that's the definition of different types of passport bros. But a lot of people don't want to break it down like that because they want you to say, they want to be able to say, hey, that dude did something, he's a passport bro. That dude did something, he's a passport bro. Alright? Because guess what? If we had different definition and complexities for black men and black women, we wouldn't be in the position that we is. We could find each other. But there's too much mix up. There's too much falsities. There's too much bullshit people trying to mix together. And people just don't stay in their own fucking lane and don't try to dirty and sell up a lane that wasn't created for them. So people don't want to know the difference. So now everybody's throwing out misinformation about what's passport bros. And you got your boy Austin Holloman, who has the most attention now, saying all types of wild shit now.